Hello, guys. Welcome back. I don't have too much of a plan for the day today. I just know I would like to go and do some villager shenanigans. I don't know how extensive of shenanigans we're thinking, but I want to mess around with the villagers. Yes, I know we made some really good game advancement last episode, but we can't be doing that every episode. We have to have a reason to log on and keep doing stuff, right? If we just kill the dragon, there's not much point after that. Sure, we can fly, but then it gets kind of boring. So I'm kind of just throwing a few things in between major game progression just for fun. I don't know. Some guy on TikTok said I should do it. We'll get it figured out. Don't worry about it. But today I want to deal with villagers. The main thing that I would like from villagers is some mending books and some clerics so that I can get easy access to redstone. Because I may have mentioned before, I am silly little redstone boy. I do lots of redstone. And I've been watching Doc M videos, so there are probably going to be some really crazy redstone. No promises it's going to work though. It'll be kind of funny though. But the redstone is not for today. Today is villagers. Now, before we get started on villagers, I realized while I was editing the last episode that if we are going to get any armor trims, including the netherite trim, we're going to need a bunch of diamonds in order to duplicate any of those. And currently I only have 3. So even if we had the trims for it, we wouldn't be able to do anything with it, because I'm not using up a trim until I can duplicate it. So I figured since I was bored and since I had nothing else to do today, I'm gonna go caving. Yes, I'm gonna record it, because caving is dangerous, but if all goes well, none of that video is gonna make it into the actual episode. So I'm gonna go ahead and gear up, and anything you see after this point only made it in because I almost died. Let's go. I know I said that you probably wouldn't hear from me unless I almost died, but I found something really cool. I believe this is an iron vein, partially because this is a raw iron block. It's a block of raw iron. I think we're going to be set on iron for a while. We don't have to make an iron farm for a little bit. This is dope. Yet again, I've found myself in a situation where I would really love some respiration. I see some diamonds over there. I see some diamonds over there. But I gotta be near these things because I can't breathe underwater. Also, we finally found some dripstones. So now we can get our infinite lava going. Awesome! So we had a pretty successful mining trip. Some of it you saw, some of it you didn't. Some of the big hitters, we've got, what is it, 2.25 stacks? Yeah, 2.25 stacks of iron. We can also go ahead and smelt up some gold. While that gold's smelting, I'll show you what else we got. So we got all that iron. We got 1 dripstone and some like 7 dripstone blocks. So now I'm trying to get this to grow. It's got water up in there. I'm pretty sure that's how those grow. I'm not fully certain. Hopefully it grows because I would like a lot more, because we still have those bits of lava sitting over there, and I would like to make some infinite lava sources. Another thing that I probably didn't show, we found a lush cavern. So we've got some azalea bushes, we got some spore blossoms, glowberries, some moss, and some drip leaves. I just decided to go mining down the cave right next to the village, so it's quite easy to get back down there. We got a bunch more redstone, we got some coal, we got more iron, or copper, we got more copper. We're also up to 46 diamonds. I also made another diamond pickaxe. I enchanted it as soon as I got home. It's got Unbreaking 3. Let's ferment a couple of spider eyes, and then we can get rolling on some weakness potions so we can start going on that village. We've got our fermented spider eyes, and we've got weakness potions. So now we can throw in a gunpowder and there'll be splash potions of weakness. And now all I have to do is figure out how to get apples, because it would appear I don't have any. local brewer. Yeah, baby. The way that I tend to do villagers, we currently have enough to do 5 villagers, which means I'm gonna need this many golden apples, which means I need to figure out a way to get apples. Great, that's gonna be fun. I remembered that I had apples in my food bundle, so now we've got 9 golden apples, which is enough to do 3 villagers the way I like to do them. For some reason, I like to do them at least 3 times per villager. I don't have any math behind it, it's just the way that I think does the best. But now we can at least get started, and we don't have to pay a gazillion emeralds in order to get a mending book. We can pay 1 emerald for a mending book, which is amazing. Now I just need to be able to get emeralds, because I have none. So for you guys, it's only been like, what, 9-10 seconds since we last spoke? For me, it's been about a week and a half. It has been long enough that we have gotten another game release, so my Optifine is not working, and my resource pack is kind of a little bit iffy. I'm not seeing a whole lot in here that's really different, but if we go outside, my cows are broken. I also got onto Vanilla Tweaks and got an updated version of a bunch of my Vanilla Tweak stuff. So we got Techno Pigs back, they're working still, as well as all of the other ones that weren't working very well. Check this out. Falling leaves. So cool. Leaves. Chicken. Be gone. Leaves. I really like this. I'm hoping that at some point we can go to a desert or something and find some stuff that makes the audible ambient sounds and stuff, and maybe throw them around the base a little bit. Since I last spoke to you, I did go on a little bit of an adventure. So I don't remember how much I showed of this earlier, because I know I got that one mining. We're just trying to grow it so we can get more. We already got one. But also, we've got a bunch of bamboo. I already harvested it once. I have like 6 stacks of scaffolding now. I didn't realize that the scaffolding recipe made that many scaffolding, but I have a lot of string and a lot of bamboo, so I decided to make scaffolding because it's very useful. I also brought back a sapling of acacia and a jungle, and we got some cocoa beans. Hello, cocoa beans. Nom. Again, I'm not fully certain what all I've shown you before, so I'm just showing everything basically. But as for new update stuff, I did find a newly generated, I went off way that way, which is what? Southwest. I went way southwest until I found something that was newly generated. So now we have a bunch of leaf litter. I'll probably use it somewhere, not fully certain whether we use it or not. It's kind of cool. I did also find both an abandoned village and another regular village. They're really far away, so I don't really want to go back there, but I've got a bunch of these, some of that, some of this. I don't know where I found the TNT, probably the same place I found the Heart of the Sea. Needless to say, I did a lot of adventuring. Poor man, zoom. I got a lot of adventuring done. Since we did find some ungenerated chunks, we did find some of the new mob variants. To start, we found some of the warm weather cows. Don't they just look so cute? We also found some warm chickens. Don't worry, they died soon after. We also found some of the warm pigs, and my Technoblade texture works on them too. As we were adventuring and mining and stuff, we did also find a skeleton spawner. So I think I found a way to not run out of arrows all the time. I have not set up a farm yet. That will probably be between this episode and next episode. But just keep in mind, I have a skeleton spawner now. So we will never again run out of arrows. And we will have more bone meal than we will know what to do with. Can't believe that I forgot to mention this while I was in this chest showing you leaves. We have firefly bushes. I can't believe I forgot to mention that. I think it's time to go back over to the village and start figuring out what's going on over there. Mainly, let's get us some mending so we don't break all of this cool shiny diamond armor. This needs to last us for an entire series. I am not making diamond armor again. I am not entering the mines ever again. You can't make me. Let's go to the village. And welcome back. Lads and lasses, we are back. Now we need to figure out what our plan is. So, I really like this. I like this. I think we're going to keep all of this down here. We're just going to steal all their beds and corral them all into one place. And that one place is going to be up here. But up here, I think I'm going to take everything out here. Possibly this building. I'm hoping not to take out this building. I want to build like a big Viking or Skyrim style Great Hall right here. And that's going to be our more or less temporary, it'll carry us into the mid game at least, trading hall, just where we store all of the villagers at and where we've got the villager breeder in the basement and stuff like that. Whereas later I want to start bringing them down here, but I want to use this whole village as an opportunity to start, it's like working on my building. It's like maybe make that house look a little better, make this house look a little better, do some interior design work, exterior design work, maybe some landscaping. I don't know. I want to make this place look really nice. And then we can designate specific houses like, oh, this can be the library where the librarians are. That can be where the cartographers work. And just kind of spread them out from our hall out into their individual houses and jobs. Those are long-term goals. Short-term is this building right here, which I think I want to try and tackle today. It's probably not going to be done in this recording session, but hopefully it should be done in this video. At the very least, by the end of the video, I do want mending on at least some of my armor. I don't care how much of the armor, I just want mending and a mending villager. Other than that, I can take it or leave it whether we have the main trading hall done. Anyway, I'm going to start tearing this stuff down. I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. There we go. We're all leveled out. I don't think we're going to... Why? Every time. Every single time. Anyway, I don't think we're going to need to move this house. We should have a good amount of space on it. I've got this little floor plan laid out just for now, and then we'll start building on top of it. It's an interesting little thing. I did a small amount of research and I landed on the Thirsk Mead Hall from Skyrim. It looks pretty cool. I'll try and throw a picture up onto the screen. That's kind of what I want to go for. So we're going to try that out here. It's got kind of a circular bit in the middle. Doesn't extend out too far, and it's got the hall continues on both sides. I feel like we can do some interesting interior work on this once we move the villagers out to here. For now, it's just going to hold a bunch of villagers in cells. They're not allowed to leave. They stay forever. So I'm going to try and get this rain to go away, and then I'm going to start building on this. I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Okay, I may have gotten a little carried away and forgotten that I should probably be checking in with some updates every once in a while. We've got our foundation put together. I'm going to have to terraform a little bit right there. I threw in temporary flooring of dirt, and then we've started building up the cobble walls. It's starting to look pretty good. I'm going to try and keep on the updates a little more frequently. We've got the base of the roof already put in. We've got our front wall. I think this looks good. It could take some tweaks, but that'll come later. I did go ahead and build this in a creative world and messing around with it to try and figure out what's gonna happen on this bump out here. But I think this is a good start. This is definitely a good place for the scaffolding. I'm going to continue with our roof, and I'll check back with you guys later. I'm standing in mostly the same place, so hopefully it's not too jarring of a jump cut. But if we walk over to the side here, we have a roof now. I think it turned out pretty decent think it looks pretty good. Not seeing any major issues. I am planning to do a little bit of work up on the top still, but depending on how that turns out, I might just leave it as this. I kind of like this. Let's go ahead and do that work on the top real quick. And there's that little bit more on top there. Not sure how I feel about it. There's too much of all just one color. We need more colors to try and break it up a little bit. But I don't know what could go in as some of this and not make it look weird. It does look a little bit better, a little bit higher. But I do think we need to break up the single color a little bit. Now, we've got that little awning bit that we want to put on. This isn't going to be super accurate to the actual building in Skyrim, just because it would need to be scaled up a little bit more in order to get good detail on it. It's close enough to look good, at least. It doesn't have to be an exact copy. I don't know why I got in this chest. Alright, I'm going to put this awning on now. There is our overhang. It looks a little bit goofy right now because we don't have any sort of supports in there, but we're going to deal with that here in a second. Mildly speaking of, I may have gotten a little bit bored, so I went and adventured. Mainly because I thought dark oak would look good. So I went and found some dark oak, which just so happened to be right next to a pale garden, which is dope. We'll go check that out later once we've got silk touch, so we can get a creaking heart. I went adventuring because dark oak is one of the only saplings that I didn't have any of, as well as pale oak, but I didn't really need pale oak. But I have it now. So I think now I just need mangrove, which I have no clue where to find that because I have not seen any swamps. But we went adventuring for that, and on my adventures, we found a bunch of this stuff. I found a newly generated desert. So I grabbed some cactus, which this one did have a cactus flower on it. But that can happen anywhere. But we can go back to that desert to go find some of the new stuff that's put into the game. That desert also had 2 desert temples in it. So we've got plenty of TNT. I came past the house on my way back this direction because I went south. So I already dropped off the TNT as well as a bunch of flowers on the ground. They were kind of like the leaf litter where it's like 4 portions of flowers, kind of like the cherry blossoms on the floor. We also found several ruined portals, which is where I got the lodestones, which is really cool. They threw that into the loot table for the portals now, since it's made out of iron instead of netherite now. So you can actually get that in a loot table, so we can throw one of those at our house, we can throw one of them here at our village and actually use them. I also found a couple of books, and these are some really cool books that I really like. We found a mending book and a silk touch book. Wild, right? We also found a bunch of gold, so if I can get some apples, I can make golden apples. We can get some silk touch on one of our pickaxes. I also put together a wooden pickaxe earlier, just to check what I could get on the enchanting table for a pickaxe. I can get Fortune 3 on a pickaxe right now. So once we're done here at the village, I can go ahead and get Fortune, I can get Silk Touch, and then we can put Mending on a bunch of stuff because we're going to have a Mending Villager because I'm not leaving here until we have a Mending Villager. Long story short, I like the Dark Oak because I want to do some supports for these out of Dark Oak. There we go. Now it's not just free floating. I think that looks good. Just a little bit more. We've got some windows in the front and a little bit of cross bracing underneath our awning here. Let's check out the back. I got a little window in the back. Oh yeah, that pulls it together a lot better. I'm still missing my zoom, and I'm not happy about it. Poor man zoom. Oh geez, that just turns up my mouse sensitivity as well. I think the back looks good with that window in there. Now give me back my field of view. We've got our outside, I think, done at this point. But now that we got the outside done, This doesn't look horrible in here, especially because I'm using lanterns instead of torches, but I don't like this floor. Everything else I think can stay as it is, for now at least, because we're just going to add villager chambers on the side, set it up as a villager mall for now. I don't know, maybe the dirt is a decent one. I do also have a big hole in the roof for a little bit of natural light, except we don't actually get any natural light. It's still all lanterns, but at least it makes it look kind of decent. It looks like you could get natural light. I'm honestly starting to get a little tired of building, so I think this is where we're going to leave the building for now. Let's start on gathering up our villagers and figuring out what's going on with our villagers. Well, this seems to be working pretty well. Of course, now that I say something and start recording, this is going to start going very poorly very fast. But currently I've got these guys sitting in this sitting chamber. I don't know. It's just a very simple chamber. Their hitboxes hit right up into this corner. So when we have a minecart come up this way, the minecart is a little bit bigger, so it collides with their hitbox, so it'll grab them one at a time and bring them up over here. This will be our zombification chamber. I need to get a zombie in here. I would like to wait until I have all my villagers in here first. Breeding chambers are pretty simple. You just need a crop, at least one farmer, and then 2 villagers total in here. These will be open. It's just a water that goes into a 1x1 or 1 tall tunnel. So the only things that can go through there are the babies. This also blocks the big guys from walking through, because they're a little bit over 2 blocks tall. And then we'll have 3 beds in here, so that we've got 1 for each breeding villager, and then 1 for the baby, and the baby will automatically track to the bed, falling into there because they think that the trapdoors are actual blocks. That's the very basics of a breeding chamber. The water goes under here. We've got a sign so that once they grow into a full-grown villager, they will be able to float into this water block and then float all the way down here into the corner where we grab them with our minecart. Alright, that's enough explaining. I'm gonna go continue getting villagers. But I'm using the fact that they will track to a job to try and get them over to here. So now I just gotta go to each house, make sure there is no bed and there is no job inside the house, and then we can release the villagers from the other houses to track them back over to our villager hall. We've found our next victim. Hello, buddy. I take your bed. You follow me now. Follow. This way. Come up this way. Come, follow. Yes, go that way. Yes, yes! We've got another one, boys. It is hard to convince villagers to move at nighttime, so I want it to be daytime. Let's go get our next victim. I mean resident. I think, somehow, we've already gotten the entire village. Well, guys, it appears we have done our job already. So we can clean this up. 2 and 3. Alright, now, other than the fact that there's no villagers in there, our villager breeding chamber is up and running. I want to get all of these guys' jobs before I get that running, because those are kind of annoying to turn off. Now that I think about it a little bit more, I don't think I've ever seen any sort of villager breeder with wheat before. I know I've seen them with potatoes, and I know that they like bread. I'm not sure if I've ever seen them with wheat, so hopefully it works, but I'm not sure. Well, now we're just kind of waiting for it to be nighttime so I can get a zombie in here. It is nighttime. Let's grab our name tag. Larry. This man shall be Larry. That's creepy. Here's a zombie. Let's go. Oh, there's 2 of them. Well, as long as we get at least one of them in here, we'll be fine. Come on, buddy. And he's in. You are Larry. Good boy. Alright, now that we've got little zombie boy, Mr. Larry, we can get rolling on the zombification process. I think I heard that zombification changed slightly, so I'm not fully sure if 3 zombifications is gonna work, or if we only get to do 1 now. You shush. You're so annoying. What are you doing in here? Leave. Here is your eviction notice, sir. Get out of my house. Thank you. Alright, are we ready to see this thing in action? We have a villager. I'm gonna go grab a lectern really quick. That way we can compare prices before and after. I now have a lectern, we have some emeralds, and we have some books. So now we can check what kind of prices this guy's got. We've got 24 on paper and 9 for our bookshelves. So that's a pretty good base point. So we got powered rail, powered rail. We'll have to push the button and push him in. And then there's a non-powered and then 2 powered going up and down here. He will stop there. We hit the button, he continues on and sits on this unpowered rail, where we can do whatever we need before we send him off. Bye-bye! Also, I do need to mention this, because it's very important. You need to be on hard mode. Your difficulty needs to be hard. Otherwise, there's a very, very low possibility of your villagers actually zombifying. And if they don't zombify, they will die. They will be gone forever. If you're doing this with a villager you've already traded with and you want to keep, definitely make sure you're on hard mode. Otherwise, there is a very high possibility that they will die. You just got a weakness potion and give them a golden apple and they will cure. So now we wait. And voila, we got him. How's it going there, buddy? Feeling good? Okay, he's down to 3 and 18. You get to go in again. Bye-bye. And he's back. Alright, we're down to 3 and 18. Did that change? I don't think that changed. We might be sticking with a single zombification from now on. Channeling. Useless. Protection 2. At least we're getting 1 emerald for a book. I'm gonna be here for a while. I will see you in a little bit once I have mending. I feel like I have to take this one. I didn't even know I could get Unbreaking 3 from a villager. I've only got 1 lectern, but we can use the same lectern for different guys. We'll just need to get a new lectern eventually. It's a hard decision. Screw it, whatever, we got it. We got it. We've got an Unbreaking 3 villager now. Route the rail up and around and right to where we want him. And off you go, buddy. And now here you shall stay. Bye-bye. Mending! 3? What is this buffoonery? Don't you do this to me. I'm gonna buy it anyway. Shame on you. 3 emeralds for a mending book. You go up here now. You live here. I guess the only thing to do now is to flood the market with paper. Well, I now have enough mending books to get all of my armor, both my pickaxes, my axe, and my sword. So I think I'm good on mending for a minute. I also got him up to a journeyman. And he's offering more mending books. And now he's down to 1 emerald? What? On both of them. I don't like villagers. Villagers are confusing. I'm done with those librarians for a little bit. I'm gonna try and light this up. I'm probably not gonna try very hard to make it look nice, but I'm gonna light it up at least. I've sent another villager through. Got another lectern. I'm gonna see if I can get some sort of good efficiency out of this guy. His efficiency is also pretty good. Once I got that done, I'll probably continue with some more villagers, but I'll update you guys with what I have later. Alright, so I've just been sitting here working on some villagers. Well, in the background, in the real world, Magic just came out with the Tarkir set. New Tarkir, I forget the full name. They just came out with Tarkir Dragonstorm, and I may have gotten a box of play boosters. So I'm just sorting cards while I'm waiting for these guys to restock their trades. This guy, look at my levels. I have 47 levels. This guy's the pinnacle of what's going on here. I can get him to sell me bookshelves for 2 emeralds, which once I break a bookshelf, I get 3 books. And then I sell the books to this guy and this guy for 1 emerald per book. So for every 2 emeralds I spend here, I get 3 emeralds from this guy. I'm making money and I'm getting a lot of experience. I'm gonna do this round one more time, which is 2 sets of trades because they only restock once through the day from what I can tell. And then I'm gonna go put on mending and stuff. Look, they just restocked. Oh, no, he didn't. No, yeah, he lied to me. A little jerk. Also, this guy sells glass, where I can turn them into panes and sell them to this guy. I believe I get emerald positive on that as well, but I'm not fully certain on the math. Would you guys just restock already? Come on. This guy, also, he buys iron. So once we get an iron farm going, he's going to be our main source of emeralds. But as I was saying, once we go through one round of 2 trades with these guys, we'll go ahead and put mending on our stuff, just because I want to do that with you guys so you can see it happen. And then I can keep grinding in the background and mend up all of our stuff, because our boots are dying because I keep jumping off of stuff. Hey, he's ready to go. So he jumps up to 7 first thing in the mornings usually, so I'll ignore the books. I'll grab all the glass, and then I'll sell books. I don't have books. There we go. We sell the books to these guys. Look at all that experience, all these emeralds. Oh my gosh. And then we sell panes to this guy. And then we go make more panes and wait for them to restock. Now we can get bookshelves for 2 and some glass. I might slow down on the glass because I'm accumulating glass faster than I'm selling glass. And then eventually when we're in here just wanting experience, this guy might go up to 3 and just settle at 3 eventually. We won't be emerald positive, but we'll gain experience from every trade. And then this guy buys compasses and this guy sells compasses. So that's another way to just get experience. We're not going to end up emerald positive. From what I can tell, they restock once at the beginning of the day and once in the middle of the day, and then you gotta wait until the next day in order to get any new trades. I believe that's the last trade we could get today. I think I might just go all the way back home because I don't have an anvil with me. And then down here is just, it's the same thing. Same thing I was doing. We got this. The main thing is I zombified this guy. So now I can buy golden carrots from him for 1. I can sell him wheat, which we're getting a lot of wheat at our house. Eventually I'm going to make a pumpkin farm so we can use that to get emeralds. Alright, so we've got a silk touch book from our adventuring. We've got an unbreaking. What do we want silk? We'll put silk on the other one that has efficiency 5. Or efficiency 4. Put those together. And then we'll put mending on that. And then there's our pickaxe. This axe has efficiency, so we'll put... Alright, so we need a mending and unbreaking on our boots. Just mending on our pants. I'm out of levels. I guess this gets to go with us. We'll take a nap. And then we can grab our other pickaxe so we can go ahead and put stuff on it. I've been coming back every once in a while and just grabbing stuff from the grabbing our teeth. Alright, I think we're good. Let's go back to the village. Hold on. Armor on. Now we move from the side. That looks good from a distance. I do still want to put some sort of detailing on the side of the roof. Other than the detailing that I want to put on eventually, it looks pretty good. While we're waiting for nighttime so that I can go to bed and we can wake up and they can restock. We need just mending on our pants. Our helmet, though, has respiration and mending. I'm out of levels. I gotta wait till tomorrow. My goodness. Now I can breathe underwater, though. Well, we can get that one. I love villager trading. It's really overpowered, but I really wish that it didn't take so long just to get 2 trades out of these guys. Level 13, we can get this pickaxe done. There, now everything is mending. Cool, now that everything is mending, and I don't have any more books to put onto stuff, we'll see what happens here. You know what? I might just grindstone this, even though I just put a mending on there, just because it's so easy to get mending and unbreaking. Because I've got unbreaking 3 here, and I've got mending here. I think I also have, for 17, I can get efficiency 4. So between these guys, I can just spend emeralds to get stuff. So we might just grindstone this and use it to get that fortune, as long as our enchanting table still lets us get fortune. Because it's been a while, and I don't fully understand how enchanting tables work. But now that everything's got mending on it, I'm just gonna shut the camera off. I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna continue sorting my magic cards. And I'll gain experience, mend all this stuff, and yay. Whoop-de-doo. Alright, I slowly reached my way all the way to 30 levels. So let's see if this is still Fortune 3. Just Fortune 3. Cool. So I pre-made an efficiency unbreaking mending book. So now I need... Did I bring my anvil back? Yes, I brought my anvil back. Let's put our anvil back over here. And we've got our fortune pick. 12. Cool. That one can probably just stay in our chest, and we'll take our silk touch everywhere and use that on everything. It means we'll stop getting cobblestone, but we'll start getting stone. Which is really cool, because I tend to do stuff like this, where my floor is stone. Alright, now I can get my armor on and start mending that up. Okay, I've rearranged a little bit. We have a little bit of predicament. So I keep getting glass from this guy. It's going just fine. This guy stopped giving us cheap glass, or taking less glass, and I just tested it. We only get 11 emeralds out of what... Oh my gosh, he just restocked and it went up. I hate you. I'm gonna stop selling this guy glass for a while and see what happens. And I got 2 more cartographers, neither of which buy glass. They're just gonna sit there and do nothing. They might die. Who knows? And this guy's just sitting here looking perfect, but I have no iron. I'm sorry, my friend. 2! Yes! I might see if I can figure out what villager will take string. I'm assuming either a Fisher or a Fletcher. And then we can start selling it string out of our spider farm. That's a lot of villagers. I think that was probably too many villagers for a single episode, but we did it anyway. I'm not fully convinced that we're going to be able to get this down to the 30-40 minute episode that I like to do. So if it's a longer episode, I apologize. But we now have our clerics so that we can get redstone. All of them sell us redstone. We got this money-making scheme that has started to peter out because I've been abusing it for too long. But I'm going to let these guys rest. I'm going to take a break from villagers. and I will probably not show you guys villagers ever again, unless it's just coming here every once in a while to get us some redstone. But we're ending off in a pretty decent spot. We've got a bunch of glass, so that once he starts buying glass at a better price, we can just gain more emeralds. We also have almost 5 stacks of emeralds, so I think we're sitting pretty. I also made the other villager in the villager breeder a fisherman, so he takes all of our string now. So everything from our spider spawner goes to the villager in the breeder. That's enough villagers for a while. I think it's time to go back home, and we're going to build our cauldron lava farm, decorate it, and call it a day. So what do you think? Let's go back home. See you there. And we're home. Now we just need to go. Like, I need to eat. I need to eat. There we go. Now we can sleep. Sorry, I lost the buttons on my keyboard. Alright, let's dump all of this crap out of our inventory. And then we can take apart our mushroom growing area. Yeah, they've been doing pretty decent actually. Seedling goes over here. Eventually we're going to need to make a nether portal over at the village so we don't have to take that long journey every single time. Yeah, we're quickly running out of storage area. Everything's put away except for our lodestones. I guess I can go here. We need to figure out where to put our lodestone here for our house. Like, is it going to be a part of the house to show us exactly where the house is? Or do we build some sort of monument out here somewhere and put the lodestone there and use that to find our house? That way we can use the compass in here to just find where our house is, wherever we are. We'll have to figure that out. I'll do some thinking in between episodes. If you guys have an idea whether we should do something at the house or build some sort of monument, give me an idea and we'll take care of that. Also, if anyone's wondering how these have been growing so nicely, I set up a pearl stasis chamber here to load this chunk, which fully, I guess it's just the only thing that's happening is in a 1x1. So this chunk is loaded, and due to the changes in 1.20.5, ender pearls generate random ticks now. So we can grow these, we can grow bamboo, we can grow food, but what I was using it for was these. And we really don't need that anymore. So I can take my soul sand back. That was also here, turn borders back on. So it was this chunk right here. So that's why all the mushrooms were growing very nicely as well. I don't want you, kelp, despawn. Now we can take this down as well, because I'm sure we've got more than enough dripstone. I don't think I'm gonna need any more dripstone than I have. Now it's time to get down here. Let's clean this up a little bit and then get our lava setup going. And there's our lava farm. I hope you guys don't mind me just taking over, doing everything off camera. I feel like at this point we kind of got the idea of what's going on here. I already went ahead and put in the same black stone ceiling and our cobblestone walls. I did also go back into here and I threw some cobblestone back behind this, as well as black stone up on the top, just to make it match everything else. This is just the one weird one, but we've got all this here now. I don't think we'll ever run out of lava, which is really good because lava is really good for smelting stuff. But now that this is done, we have something on all 4 sides. So now it's time to make a decision. What's going on with the rest of the room? It's like, are we keeping the stone floor? Are we only changing the flooring in the alcoves? Are we changing the flooring everywhere? Are we keeping this dirt? what is our plan? I don't know if it actually looks good or if it's just grown on me, but I kind of like the dirt. But then again, I came in here originally liking the dirt and the stone, so I could just be crazy. Anyway, I feel like that's a pretty decent spot to end off. We've got our villagers now, we've got our mending books, everything is nice and shiny, everything is full durability. We're looking good. I really want my zoom back. This is still driving me nuts. Now, I am recording this outro after editing the majority of this video. The only thing that I don't have in there is the tour of our lava section, which I just recorded, which isn't really very long. But I am sorry about the length of this episode. I know it's longer than I've been trying to keep them. I honestly don't know if you guys care. I know I care though, and that's a problem. So I apologize for the extra long episode today, and I'm hoping on top of the long episode it's not a late episode. I'm finishing editing Thursday night before I plan to upload it, because I'm trying to upload every other Monday. I have not done thumbnail yet, and I am busy all weekend. You see, this weekend is the weekend of Magic Spotlight Series Denver, which is really close to me, so I'm just driving down there and playing Magic for the weekend. I am also going to take part in the Spotlight Series competition, which for this one is a Tarkir Dragonstorm Limited. I believe it's a draft. I'm not 100% sure. It could be a pre-release. I highly doubt the pre-release though. So by the next time you see me, I will have finished the Spotlight Series stuff. There may be a story to tell, there may not be. I am not expecting to make it to day 2. I really just wanted the fancy sword card, because it's a really cool looking sword card. But if anything interesting happens, I'll let you guys know. I'm really looking forward to this weekend. So please, come back in 2 weeks when I will have another Minecraft video for you. See you later.